Good evening to all. Check your audio and video settings. Start the session now. Okay. See here. In the previous session, we clearly discussed about escape sequences and data types in the C language. See, till now, 3 sessions are over. If anyone is new to this batch, please listen. All those previous 3 sessions are available on YouTube, in the Durgasoft channel. In the YouTube, you can search for Durgasoft channel. In the Durgasoft channel, in the playlist, our C language 3 demo classes are available. You can refer those demo classes, no problem if you missed those classes. Okay. And in the previous session, in the third session, just we discussed about what are escape sequences and data types. These are the data types. Before that, we discussed about escape sequences. And before this session, we discussed about what is the structure of C program, what is main, what is printf, where we write the program, how can we execute. So the structure of C program we discussed. And before that, we discussed about features of C language. What are the features of C language? These things we discussed. So till now, in the first session, we discussed features of C language. Then in the second session, we discussed about structure of C program. We write C program in the form of functions. Like this, we can write any number of functions. And also we discussed about what is main, printf, first program in the C language. After that, we discussed about escape sequences. Then what is variable? Then we discussed about data types in C language. So this data type tells the type of data which a variable is holding. A variable is holding which type data that will be told by this data type. So how many types of data types are there? 3 types are there. What are those? System defined data types, or you can also call them as primitive data types, or predefined data types, or built-in data types. Next, derived data types. Next, user defined data types. So structure, union, enumeration are comes under user defined data types. Array, pointer, these are comes under derived data types. And in the predefined data types, 2 types are there: number related and character related. In the character related, only one data type is there, char data type, that can hold a single character. To hold a single character, we use this data type. In the number related, again 2 types are there, like numbers without a decimal places, like this 45, 23. Numbers with decimal places, like 67.89. So 1 point and a decimal places are there. These are called floating point values. 56.45 point and decimal places are there. So if point and decimal places are there, those are called floating point numbers. If no point, no decimal places are there, that is called integer. So C language provides 4 integer related data types: short int, long int, long int. 3 floating point related data types: float, double, and long double. Okay, 1 char data type. So all these are the primitive data types. Okay, this 4 plus 3 plus 1. 8 are the primitive data types. String comes under character array, derived data type array. String is the character array in C language. So array pointers are comes under derived data types. Okay. So till here we discussed in the previous session. Now I want to talk more about the data types. Observe. Listen carefully here. I want to talk more about integer type now. So what are the integer related data types are there? First one is short int. Next one is int. Next one is long int. Next one is long int. So when we declare a variable as integer, we declare like this, int x. For example, I want to hold student roll number. So I'm taking one variable roll number. His roll number is 25. So we declare like this. So 25 value, to hold this 25 value, we are taking this variable. To allocate memory for this variable, we use data type. This data type tells which type of data this variable is holding. So roll number is holding which type data? Integer type data. That will be told by this data type. This int is the data type. So with this statement, what happens here? With this statement, when we write this statement in the program, when it executes, some memory will be allocated. So how much memory? 4 bytes memory will be allocated. For this 4 bytes memory location, it gives name as the rule number. So this rule number is called variable. Okay, this 25 value will be stored in the rule number. So in the rule number memory location, it stores the value 25. So memory will be allocated here, and in that stores the value. Okay. So in the integer type, 4 types are there. So for every integer type, some fixed size memory is there. So because of this memory, ranges are there. Okay, so what are those ranges? Okay, what are the memories? Let me explain about it. Listen. So total 4 integer data types are there. Integer means number without decimal places. Okay, student got 456 marks, integer. Student age is 21, integer. Okay, he got 56 marks in the math subject, integer, like this. Okay, so in the integer type, 4 types are there. What are those? First one is shortened. First one is shortened. So shortened has some range. To accept more than that, we use int. So that's why I'm taking one big box here. Please all of you be in mute mode. Okay, int has some range. To accept more than that, we use long int. So like that, long int has some range. To accept more than that, we use long int. Okay, so in the integer, 4 data types are there. 4 types are there. What are those? Short int, long int, long int. For the short int, how much memory will be allocated? 1 byte memory will be allocated. For the short int, 1 byte memory will be allocated. So if you declare a variable as short int, 1 byte memory will be allocated. Sorry, in my system, 2 bytes memory will be allocated. So it may vary from compiler to compiler and from operating system to operating system. In my system, for the short int, 2 bytes memory will be allocated. For the int, 4 bytes memory will be allocated in my system. And for the long int also same, long int and int both works as same in my system. In the developer C++, the developer C++, int and long int both works as same. Okay, so long int, 8 bytes memory. And in the every integer type, again 2 types are there. In every integer type, again 2 types are there. What are those? First one is signed, second one is unsigned. Okay, first one is signed and second one is unsigned. First one is signed and second one is unsigned. In every integer type, 2 types are there, signed, unsigned. Then what is the meaning of signed? Signed means it can accept both positive and negative. Both can be accepted. Signed means sign will be there, positive and negative both. Both can be accepted. Unsigned means no sign will be there, only positive values can be accepted. Unsigned, no sign will be there, all are positive only, positive and 0. Signed means positive, negative, both sign will be there. So in every type, Again, two types are there. One is signed, another one is unsigned. So in the short int, two types are there. Signed short int, unsigned short int. So in the short int, two types are there. What are those? Signed short int. Signed short int, or simply you can say short int. Both are same. By default, every integer type is signed only. Even if you write signed or not, that takes that as signed only. Means it can accept both positive and negative. For the unsigned, we must specify the keyword unsigned. Unsigned short int. Similarly, in the integer, two types are there. What are those? Signed int, or simply you can say int. Second one is unsigned int. Similarly, in the long int, two types are there. Signed long int, or simply you can say long int. Second one is unsigned long int. Okay, long int. In this again, two types are there. Signed long int or long int. Unsigned long int. So in every integer type, again two types are there. One is signed, another one is unsigned. So signed short int, unsigned short int. Signed int, unsigned int. Signed long int, unsigned long int. Signed long int, unsigned long int. So now I'm writing the list of data types. Observe. You know all data types. I'm writing list of data types. Observe. Primitive data types. Primitive data types list I'm writing here. In the next column, I write memory, how much memory occupied for that, and in the next column, I write range. So what are the data types? See here. So just now I explained. First I'm writing integer related data types. First I'm writing integer related data types. What are those? Short int. Then the short int, two types are there. One is short int, another one is unsigned short int. Short int, signed short int, both are same. Unsigned short int. Okay. Then int or signed int, both are same. Unsigned. For the unsigned, we must use the keyword unsigned int. Next, long int. Long int means signed long int. Unsigned long int. Long int means signed. Signed long int. Unsigned long int. Okay, so these are the 8 integer related data types. Next, floating point related data types are float, double, and long double. These are the floating point related data types. Next, for character related, only one char data type. One data type is there, char. Okay, see here. So just now I told that for the short int, how much memory will be allocated? 2 bytes. For the int, 4 bytes. For the long int, also 4 bytes. For the long int, 8 bytes. Okay. So for the short int, 2 bytes. That may be signed or unsigned. 2 bytes memory will be allocated. 2 bytes. For the int, 4 bytes memory will be allocated. For the unsigned also 4 bytes. Okay. In my system, for the long int also same 4 bytes. It may vary from system to system. You can say you can know the size of the data type by using size of operator. In operators, I discuss about that. Okay. For the long int, 8 bytes memory. For the unsigned also same 8 bytes. For the float, 4 bytes memory. Then for the double, 8 bytes memory. Then for the long double, 16 bytes memory. For the character, just 1 byte memory will be allocated. So these are the data types and their sizes, their memory. How much memory occupied for that data type. See, observe. Okay, now see here, listen. So what is the range for this short int data type? What is the range for this short int data type? See here. This is short int means a signed short int. Signed means that can accept both positive and negative. So it can accept values between minus 32,768 to 32,767 only. It can accept values between minus 32,768 to 32,767 only. Okay, if you write this in the form of 2 powers, it will become 32,768 means 2 power 15. So minus 2 power 15 minus 2 power 15. Okay, so minus 2 power 15 to 2 power 15 minus 1. Minus 2 power 15 to 2 power 15 minus 1. So you can check here 2 power 15 value is 32,768. I'm opening Calc. Okay, so in the scientific calculator, I want to calculate 2 power 15, 2 power 15 value. So 2 power 15, 2 power 15 value is 32,768. So minus 2 power 15 means minus 32,768 to 32,767. I'm writing as 2 power 15 means 32,768 minus 1. 2 power 15 minus 1. For the unsigned, its range starts from 0. So 0 to 65,535 it will accept. 0 to 65,535, or you can write this in the form of 2 powers. So 0 to 2 power 16 minus 1. 0 to 2 power 16 minus 1. This is the range of unsigned. Unsigned means it cannot accept negative. Its range starts from 0. Signed, even if it's signed or not, that is signed only. That can accept both negative and positive. Okay. So 2 power 16 value. Let me calculate 2 power 16 value. 2 power 16. 2 power 16 values 65,536. 65,536 minus 1 means 65,535. See? Okay. So to remember this, I give one tip to you. So 2 bytes means how many bits? 2 bytes means how many bits? 16 bits. So 8 bits equals to 1 byte. 16 bits equals to 2 bytes. So in case of unsigned, okay, take power value as 15. One value less for 16. 2 bytes means how many bits? 16 bits. So take one value less as the power, minus 2 power 15 to 2 power 15 minus 1. So here for the unsigned, 2 bytes means how many bits? 16 bits. So take 2 power 16 here. So like that you can remember. Okay. So I'm writing the range of int. So for the int, some lengthy number will be there. So many digits will be there in the number. So to remember that easily, we are converting into the 2 powers. So how can 4 bytes means how many bits? 8 4 ja 32. So 32 bits. 32 bits. Take one value less as the power. Now what is the value? Minus 2 power 31. Minus 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. What is the range for unsigned int? Its range starts from 0 because unsigned. 4 bytes means 32 bits. 4 bytes means 32 bits. 2 power 32 minus 1. Okay, for the long int also size is same. Size is same means range will be same. Size is same means range will be same. So minus 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. Here 0 to 2 power 32 minus 1. These are the ranges. For the long int, 8 bytes. So 8 8 ja 64. 64 bits. I already told take one value less as the power. So minus 2 power 63 minus 2 power 63 to 2 power 63 minus 1. For the unsigned long int, its range starts from 0, 0 to 2 power 64 minus 1. Okay, so these are the ranges of the int type. Okay, similarly for the float also some range will be there. To accept more than that range, we use double. To accept more than that range, we use long double. So to get up to 6 decimal places, okay, 5 to 6 decimal places, we use this one. Okay, to get up to 15 decimal places, 15 to 16 decimal places, we use this one. Okay, from 18 to 20 decimal places, we use long double. Float gives up to 6 decimal places, double gives up to 15 or 16 decimal places, long double gives up to 18 to 20 decimal places. Okay, so these are the data types and their ranges. So the point to understand here is, if you declare a variable as a short int like this, short int x, now this x can accept values between minus 32,768 to 32,767 only. Why like this? Because for the short int, how much memory will be allocated? 2 bytes. 2 bytes. So 2 bytes means how many bits? 16 bits. Okay. So listen carefully here. So why this range? Why it can accept up to 32,767 only? Why it cannot accept 32,768? Okay, you can check here. Let me show it practically. See here. For example, I'm opening developer C++ here. Just a minute. I'm opening new source file. Main. Starting point of main, ending point of main. Short int x I'm declaring. I'm giving this x value as 56,789. I want to print that x value. So later I explain how can we print all these things. I will explain. So %d, comma x. Okay, so this printf function is in stdio header file. So we must write hash include stdio.h. So now observe, it is asking to save. Our batch is C batch 7. Okay, so demo.c, save here. What it is printing? Did you observe? It is printing minus 8,747. Which value we are giving? 56,789 we are giving, but that is giving one dummy value. This is called garbage value. This one is called garbage value. Garbage value, or you can say dummy value, or you can say junk value. So it is giving junk value to us, dummy value to us. We are giving 56,789. It is giving minus 88,747 because this x is which type variable? Short int. Short int can accept values between minus 32,768 to 32,767 only. So this range exceeded here. Observe. It can accept up to 32,767 only. You are giving 56,789. So range exceeded. So that's why it is giving one dummy value. It is not giving any error. It takes a dummy value. So that's why we should be careful whenever we are giving the values, whenever we are declaring the variables. So even if you give 32,768, okay, what is happening? Check here. That is giving negative value. We have given positive value, 32,768. It is giving negative value. Means what? This is the dummy value, junk value, garbage value. If you give 32,767, no problem now. No problem. See, it is printing 32,767 as it is. So if you give 32,768, it is giving garbage value. So with this, we can understand that it can accept up to 32,767 only. So why like that? Why this range? Let me explain clearly. So for the short int, how much memory will be allocated? 2 bytes. 2 bytes means how many bits? 16 bits. Remember this. Okay. Now I am declaring a variable as a short int x. For the x, how much memory will be allocated now? 2 bytes memory. So 2 bytes means how many bits? 16 bits. So you already know that computer takes the values in the binary language. So implicitly it converts the value into the binary language. So in the binary language, it stores the data in memory. So data will be stored in the form of zeros and ones. You already know this. Okay. So here 2 bytes means how many bits? 16 bits. So 0 is called a bit. Hello. Hello. Am I audible? Please confirm. Anyone please confirm? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Hello.
Yes, sir, it's audible.
Okay. So some network issue. Sorry. I'm continuing the session. See, listen. So what we were discussing. So data types, their memory and ranges we are discussing. So because of this fixed size memory only, these ranges are there. So for the short int, how much memory will be allocated? 2 bytes. 2 bytes means how many bits? 16 bits. So because of this fixed size memory only, it is accepting values between minus 32,768 to 32,767. Let me explain clearly. See. So for this x variable, 2 bytes memory will be allocated. So 2 bytes means for this x variable, 2 bytes memory will be allocated. So 2 bytes means how many bits? 16 bits. Okay, see here, 16 bits. Okay. See, all of you listen. So due to the network issue, my connection was lost. Okay, see, I'm continuing the session. Listen. So when we declare the variable as short int, 2 bytes memory will be allocated. 2 bytes means 16 bits. See here, 16 bits will be allocated like this. So first bit, second bit, third bit, fourth bit, fifth bit, sixth bit, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. 16 bits are there. In the 16 bits, this first bit is reserved for sign. First bit is the sign bit. First bit is reserved for sign. First bit is the sign bit. If the sign bit value is 0, that is positive. If the sign bit value is 1, that is negative. So to identify the sign of the number, 1 bit reserved for sign. 1 bit is sign bit. So in the remaining bits, data will be stored. So to store the data, how many bits are there? Remaining 15 bits are there. So in the 15 bits, the maximum number is, do you know what is the maximum number in the 15 bits? 32,767 is the maximum number. So 32,767 is the maximum number in 15 bits. So this is the maximum number in 15 bits. If you take 32,768, how many bits will be there? 16 bits. 16 bits will be there. So 1 and 15 zeros will be there. For the 32,767, binary value is 15 ones will be there. So 15 ones will be stored here. Okay. So here 15 ones will be stored. So 15 in the 15 bits memory location that can store 32,767. If you give 32,768, how many bits are there? 16 bits. For the data, how much memory allocated? 15 bits. In the 15 bits memory location, how can you store the 16 bits? So memory is not sufficient here. So that's why it can accept up to 32,767 only. It cannot accept 32,768. So there is no sufficient memory. If you give 32,768, that cannot hold that one. To hold the data, only the 15 bits memory is there. In the 15 bits memory, maximum value is 32,767. So you can check here. Let me show it. See, I'm opening calculator. Observe. I'm opening programmer calculator here. This is programmer calculator. I'm giving 32,767. Observe. 32,767 is the decimal value. For 32,767, this is the binary value. How many ones are there? Count it. 4 plus 4, 8. 8 plus 4, 12. 12 plus 3, 15. 15 ones are there. So in the 15 bits memory location, it can store this one, no problem. For the data, how much memory allocated? 15 bits. The 15 bits memory location that can store this 32,767 value, no problem. But if you give 32,768, 32,768, now observe the binary number. See here, 15 zeros are there. 4 plus 4, 8 plus 4, 12, 12 plus 3, 15, 15 zeros and 1, 16 bits are there. So for the data, how much memory allocated? 15 bits. So in the 15 bits memory, that cannot store this 16 bit value. So that's why it is not accepting 32,768. It is accepting up to 32,767 only. I hope you understood. Once again, I'm repeating. If you declare a variable as short int, 2 bytes memory will be allocated. In that, 1 bit will be reserved for sign. And in the remaining 15 bits memory, data will be stored. In the 15 bits, maximum number in the 15 bits is 32,767. 15 ones will be there. If you take 32,768, 16 bits will be there, 1 and 15 zeros. So in the 15 bits memory location, that cannot store 16 bits value. So that's why it can accept up to 32,767 only. So remaining are also same. Because of this fixed sizes only, these ranges are there. Okay, now you may get the doubt. For the unsigned, why that is accepting up to 65,535? Because for the unsigned, this signed bit will not be there. For the unsigned means what? No sign. So no sign bit will be there. The sign bit will not be there. So total 16 bits will be allocated for data only. In the 16 bits, maximum value is what? 65,535. 65,535 is the maximum value in the 16 bits. Okay. If you take 65,536, 17 bits will be there. You can check here. I'm taking 65,535. Observe how many ones are there? 16 ones are there. 4 plus 4, 8. 8 plus 4, 12 plus 4, 16. 16 ones are there. So in the 16 bits, maximum value is what? 65,535. If you give 65,536 here, 65,536, 17 bits will be there. Observe now. See, 4 plus 4, 8 plus 4, 12 plus 4, 16 plus 1, 17. Okay. So sign bit will not be there. So in the 16 bits, that can store up to 65,535. That is about unsigned. So because of these fixed size memory, these ranges are there. So this is about data types, their memory and ranges. Okay. So now you know the data types, their memory and their ranges. Next, you have to know about format specifiers. Format specifiers. So format specifiers are used to specify the data format, which type data you want to print, in which format you want to print, which format data you want to read. So to specify the data format, we use this format specifiers. So formats, simply you can say these format specifiers are used to read or print the data. So to read or print the data, we use format specifiers. Okay, so here I write format specifiers and their meaning. Observe format specifiers list and their meaning I write. See, you already know the data types like short int or signed short int, both are same. Second one is unsigned short int. So sign first I write the say meanings here, like sign shortened, or simply you can say shortened, sign shortened or shortened. Okay, then next one, unsigned, unsigned shortened, unsigned shortened. Say next integer data type is signed int, or simply you can say int. Next one is unsigned, unsigned int. Okay, next one is long int, or you can say signed long int, signed long int. Okay, then unsigned long int, unsigned long int. Okay, I'm writing integer related data types here. Next, long int, long int, or you can say signed long int, signed long int. Okay, unsigned, unsigned long int. These are the data types. Okay, which format specifier we use? Let me write. See, remember that for the integer we use percentage I, integer int first letter I, or you can use percentage D. D stands for decimal. D means decimal, I means integer. Okay, for the signed shortened, for the shortened, so S already they use it for string. String, for the string we use percentage S. So S already they use it for the string, so that's why they have given they had given second character for the short. Second character is what? H. In the int, first character is what? I. H I. Percentage H I is the format specifier. Percentage H I, or instead of writing I, you can write D also. Just now I told. So percentage HD also you can write. Okay, short decimal or short int HD. Okay, for unsigned shortened, for the shortened H, for the unsigned U, percentage HU. Okay, short unsigned. For the unsigned int, just simply write percentage U. Okay, for the long int, percentage LU, sorry, percentage LD or LI, percentage LI or percentage LD. L means long decimal, long integer. For the unsigned, percentage LU, long unsigned. Okay, for the long int, for one long L, another long, another L. For the I, percentage LLI, or you can write percentage LLD, long decimal. Okay, for the unsigned, percentage LLU. Okay, these are the format specifiers for the integer type. Next, for the float, first character is what? F, percentage F, float. Okay, for the double, listen. For the double, percentage LF, percentage LF. Okay, for the long double, percentage capital L F. Okay, see, all the numbers are decimal numbers only. See here, in our real world, in the number systems, 4 number systems are there. In the number systems, 4 number systems are there. One is decimal number system, another one is octal number system, another one is binary number system, another one is hexadecimal number system. Hexadecimal number system. Okay, 45 I'm giving. Okay, this is number without decimal place. You can say integer, and this one is decimal also. Okay, for example, okay, someone is asking this doubt. That's why I'm explaining. Ashar Nehal, if I ask you, okay, what is your age, you tell like 21, 22, like this. What is this decimal value? Okay, if I ask you how many marks you got in the marks, you tell like this, 56 marks. What is this one? Decimal value. In our real life, we use decimal number system only. Okay, don't compare maths and these computers sometimes. Okay, integer means number without the decimal places, and this is the decimal value. Okay, okay, sure. See here. So these are the format specifiers. Okay, next for the character. For the character, we use %C. %C for char, %S for string, first characters only. Okay, next %O to print octal value. Next %X, you can use small x or capital X, capital X also for hexadecimal. Okay, you can use small e or capital E for scientific notation. If you want to display a floating point number in the scientific notation, we can use %E or capital E. This is for scientific notation, we use it. So all these are the format specifiers which we use in the C language, and mostly I use for the integer int means %D. I use %D. Okay, for the float, I use in the floating point. Mostly I use float. In the integer type, mostly I use int %D. In the float type, 3 data types are there: float, double, long double. Mostly I use float. In the integer type, 8 data types are there. Mostly I use int. Okay, and for the character, %C. For the string, %S. So these 4 you must remember to write the programs. So remaining are not that much important, but these 4 are compulsory. Okay, for knowledge purpose, I explained all these format specifiers, but mostly we work with integer type, float type, single character type, and string type. 4 types. These 4 you have to remember when we write the programs. Okay, so today what we discussed about what are the types are there in the integer type. Again, 4 types are there: short int, long int, long int. In every integer type, again 2 types are there: one is signed, another one is unsigned, and some fixed size range memory is there. Because of this memory, fixed ranges are there. Okay, so why those ranges? This part we discussed, and also we discussed about format specifiers. So this is the format specifiers list. Now I'm stopping the session here. In the next session, I explain about how can we declare the variables and how can we assign the values, and I explain the basic programs in the C language. I'm stopping the session here. So regarding today's session, if you have any doubts, you can ask regarding today's session or regarding course. Okay, Keshav? Okay. Okay, please all of you confirm, did you understand today's class? All of you give the response. Ashar Nehal, Prashant Chaudhary, Vishwa Yashwant, Okay. Okay, Asher Nehal. No problem. So previous 3 sessions are available on YouTube. You can refer them. Okay. Okay, any doubts? I'm closing the session. Okay, thanks to all. Thanks to all. Meet you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay, Prashant. Okay, bye everyone. I'm closing the session. Our class timings are 7 to 8. Okay, meet you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Bye everyone. I'm closing the session.